So what kind of exercises would you recommend someone just stepping into this, what to do?
This seems so minor, and it seems like it's not going to do much for your body and mind, but you'd be surprised. The first thing I tell people is you have to learn how to breathe through your nose. You're never ever really going to be healthy if you're a mouth breather. I said that years ago, and I believe it more now than at any other time. So that's easier said than done, right? A lot of us have deviated septums. If you're like me, I've broken my nose like 3 times. A lot of people have allergies. A lot of people have chronic rhinitis and sinusitis and all the rest. Some people need surgery. Okay. I'm not saying everyone just needs to breathe through their noses, but what I've found is the majority of us can get huge benefits by just training yourself to breathe through your nose. It's going to be terrible for the first couple of weeks, as you experience when you're jogging. And that's why a lot of people give up. They say, my performance has gone down. I feel very uncomfortable. I'm not going to do this. This is bad for me. But you have to get over that hump. Sometimes it takes weeks, sometimes it takes months. But your nose is filled with these different structures that, just like any other muscle in the body, will respond the more it's used, and it will start to open up. And once you get to that point where it starts to open up, you're going to say, why have I not been doing this for the past few years or the past few decades? Because the nose is governing how much air is coming into your body. It's slowing it down, it's pressurizing it, it's filtering it so that you can extract about 20% more oxygen breathing through the nose than you can through the mouth. If you don't think that's going to make a difference while you're working out or while you're just sitting around, you're crazy. So it really starts with that. It starts with nasal breathing.
How different is breathing through the mouth versus breathing through the nose? What's the contrast?
I will show you. I'm going to bring my guest
Wicked,
on.
I love
It
it.
usually takes a little time. There he is. He's waiting patiently over here, trying to nip at my heels. But for the people who are listening to this, I'm just holding up a cross section of a human skull, a human face. So you can just see right here, I don't even need to explain it. When you're breathing air in through the nose here, look at all of these different structures it has to pass through, right? Before it gets to your throat and down to your lungs. As air is going through all of these structures, there are little hairs, and there's mucus, and there's muscles, and there's tissues, and all of these work together to help purify this air and to slow it down. I don't know if you're familiar with nitric oxide. It's this magical molecule that for anyone who's ever taken like sexual enhancement drugs, Viagra or whatever, guess how that works? It works by releasing nitric oxide in the body. Your nose releases 6 times more nitric oxide than your mouth. So, take that to bed with you tonight and see what happens. If you look at the mouth here, none of those structures are there. That's how easy it is to breathe through the mouth. So when you're breathing through the mouth, your lungs might as well be an external organ because they're exposed to all the crap in the environment. So, this really spells it out. Evolution spells it out. Our biology, it spells it out. We are built to be nasal breathers. And if you don't believe this, go look at any other animal in the wild. Check out a cheetah when it's running at 50 miles per hour. It's breathing through its freaking nose the whole time. So, humans have gone so far astray that we assume that breathing through the mouth is a normal thing. You still hear this from some doctors, but anyone who's actually studied this, and I've talked to dozens and dozens of rhinologists and pulmonologists, there's no controversy about this. You got to breathe through your nose.
The worst breathers in the animal kingdom, is that where you would say humans? Is that right?
Yeah, humans have a lot of honors. We've gotten a lot of awards, and that is one of them. We love to be number one in the animal kingdom, and we're certainly number one as far as our dysfunctional breathing is concerned. And this was something that completely blew my mind that I had not found in my initial research for the book. This was something that came on later when I was talking to an anthropologist, and she was saying, do you ever wonder why we have crooked teeth? I said, no, I had crooked teeth. Everyone I know has crooked teeth. We all get them fixed and it's fine. She She said, well, why don't you go look at other animals? Go look at their teeth. So I did. And every single other animal in the animal kingdom has straight teeth. And she said, now go look at ancient skulls, anything older than around 500 years old. Go check out these skulls. So I did. All of our ancestors, all of them had straight teeth. And they had this prognathic growth to their face, which means their faces grew outward, these huge badass jaws, these huge mouths. Guess what happens when you have a wide jaw, wide nasal apertures, a wider face? You have a much larger airway, which means that our ancestors very likely did not suffer from any of this widespread snoring, sleep apnea, chronic sinusitis, and more. And what was so fascinating doing this research and digging through these skulls, which I spent months doing, is you can see the exact time when our beautiful faces went to crap. And that was right when we started eating industrialized foods. In a single generation, we went from never having crooked teeth to having crooked teeth. And now we're generations past that time, right? The Industrial Revolution. And look around, this is what we have. Not only have our teeth grown more crooked, our airways are more clogged, and our faces have massively changed to the way from which our ancestors looked.